Hey YouTube, coming into the Great League team, which I don't know if it's good or bad or not. Because the reason is I started 5-0, and then the second set I went 1-4. So like 6-4, not amazing. 5-0, amazing. 1-4, terrible. Team comp, I think it makes sense. So Skarmory, double flyer, Skarmory, Gligar. Obviously Gligar will neutralize the electric, which is why you can do it. And the steel will neutralize the ice, which is why you can run this double flyer lineup. And then Lanturn is going to be the toughest part for both those. So I put in Lanturn as a mirror match there. So yeah, let's look at the wins, and then let's look at what caused me some problems in the back here. So Steel Wing Skarmory, huge upgrade in any of these matchups, especially one which is half ice, half steel, where you are now hitting neutral because steel is super effective against ice, but resisted on the other steel. So because I'm just chipping so much, I'm confident that I can probably just go straight Sky Attack Steel Wing and not have to lower my defense. But then I'm like, now that I can live this, it just makes sense to go Brave Bird because I've already grabbed Shield, either grab 2 or probably take this out. Except I overfarmed. Right? So I was like, crap. Okay, so I just have to let that go. Come in here. They come in blindly. And I think that you've got to be double weak to Lanturn in the back. That's the only reason you make this play. I shield up a play rough because I'm like, I know I will come out with enough energy to take out the Sandslash. So I don't need to like worry about shields there, because if this comes back in dry, because it just went back-to-back ice punches, I'm going to have 2 surfs for it. Right, so I'm not worried about that. So come back in. Here's 1 surf, and we'll see what they have in the back. If they double shield, I can just go back surfs. No, so let it go. So there's 1. It's not a Gligar. It's a Flygon, a Dragon Ground. So this is neutral, and at this point I can just farm down. So spicy backline. I don't know why they blind swapped. Yeah, I don't know why they blind swapped there. So Carbink, again, we've seen why this is such a huge increase. Out comes a Trevenant. So I'm going to outpace this significantly because it only takes 5 to get to an Aerial Ace and it takes 6 to get to a Seed Bomb. And they can just go straight Seed Bomb, quite honestly. So I'm just going to mirror them for shields here. And then they get to this, I'm like, I can live a Seed Bomb. But they rightfully then decide to shield up. I think in the moment, my thought process was, I do not need to worry about the Carbink too much because I have a Lanturn, which will deal with the Carbink, right? Or the Skarmory's going to deal with the Carbink. So come back with the Skarmory, because if they come back in Carbink, that's fine. This is just a Seed Bomb because they've already dumped 2 Seed Bombs, so they're not going to get to a Shadow Ball here. So that is double resisted. And they come back in Carbink anyway. So I'm like, okay, this is double super effective Steel Wings. Super effective against the Fairy, super effective against the Rock. But then I'm like, you know what? I can't dump this energy on it because it's kind of useless, right? Steel Wing, Brave Bird, Sky Attack Brave Bird is resisted. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just pull out to see what's in the back. Because if it is like a double grass team, I'd rather just see that now. And then just have like a Sky Attack for that, and then I'll just combo it Steel Wing, Brave Bird for the rest of it. They end up having a Lickitung. So I shield up one thing, and like if I shield up Power Up, I can get to a Surf. They bait me Body Slam and then land a Power Whip. So I'm like, that's a smart combo there. And then they take me out here. So a full combo. I would have lived this probably if it was just like a Body Slam that landed and not the Power Whip. But now that goes down. But because I banked so much energy, I'm like, you know what? They just dumped their energy. These Steel Wings are what's doing the damage, right? So this Steel Wing is more than enough to take it in Brave Bird range. And I will just Brave Bird this for the win because resisted or not, you're in the red and this is a Brave Bird. So goodbye. Skarmory gets Lanturn. Okay, so terrible match. You have to come. That's the problem. At best, you have to come into a mirror match where you're already behind on energy. So this is one of the flaws of the team, that you just have to go straight into Lanturn and just hope for the best that they stay in. Like staying in is the best option here. And they stay in, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, if they're staying in, they probably don't have a good matchup in the back. I'm just going to shield. And they throw Thunder. And I'm like, okay, so this is going to take you a while to actually get to the Thunders. I think I can quite easily just take Switch here. I go straight Thunderbolt here, and they shield, and I'm just like, okay, you must be really freaking weak to this in the back. So they get out another move off. I'm like, Thunder is just a very long charging move to get to, so I will shield and farm. So I'm down 2 shields, sure, have a ton of energy coming out. Gligar, right? There's your one weakness. Resisting the wing attacks. Super effective from the Surfs here. Get to a second one. This, I don't know if it's going to take out, but it's going to put it like within like a few sparks anyways. Yeah, so they shield, knowing that they're going to get to the dig first. Not if they don't throw it. Not if they don't throw it. Oh, and they caught. It's okay. Good catch there. Good catch on the Pelipper, but like you just... So again, they were double weak in the back. They were running a double flyer lineup themselves. But again, smart. You can run this double flyer lineup because Gligar resists the electric. But at this point, they have a Gligar. So I know that Skarmory is just going to like wall it because there's nothing they can throw. Everything's resisted. And they know that too when they get out. So again, Lanturn lead, bad lead, coming right in here. They get out. So, having played this matchup 2 times, someone must have put this team out because I ran into this exact lead in this exact same scenario twice. They played different both times. As you're going to see here, I'm going to get to a Surf. And that Surf grabs a shield here. And so I'm able to grab a shield, take the move on Skarmory, and just go double shielded Gligar is what's going to happen here. And when you're going to see what happens, I'm pretty sure I have that matchup, is same lead, same switch, except they, instead of letting me throw a move at them and having to shield, they actually go back-to-back moves and keep switch and keep shield. So in that matchup there, because I have shield advantage, this is actually like an okay matchup, right? I mean, it's not a great matchup, but it's okay when you have so much... when you have a shield advantage. And so I was just like, okay, basically I need to come out with as close to like a dig as possible here. So I actually get the perfect farm down here. Perfect farm down, add a dig. At this point, I know Spark is resisted. I know that I'm going to outpace them just because I have such an energy lead here. And they kind of know that too. And we're thinking like maybe a win condition is I bait, but I just go wing attack air lace. They now have to shield this, and I will get to a Brave Bird here. I'll shield up anything. I know it's just a Surf anyways, but I'll just shield it up, and I will get to the Brave Bird here. So worked around. I'm pretty sure this was the 5-0. Yeah, so good workaround. What was a bad lead and switch there. And not a good backline, right? Altaria kills it, but that was a 5-0. And this is where I started to fall apart. So kind of neutralish lead. Counters are neutral. Now Rock Slide is neutral. I can live 1 for sure. And now the question is, can I get to a Brave Bird? And they come in Skeledirge. I'm like, okay. A little slow on the reaction there, but this is okay. I know this will be Shadow Ball, and it will hurt, so I may shield this up. Yeah, not surprising that I shield that up. But Skeledirge's just strength again comes through here, surviving a Surf, surviving these Sparks, and going to get another move off. It is just a disarming voice, but that's still grabbing a shield and doing chip on a resisted Pokemon here. And out comes a Whiscash. And Whiscash is kind of dangerous when it has shield advantage, right? Because it charges very fast. Good timing. I'm going to shield because I want to get this move off, and I think I can like throw this and then come in Skarmory and Sky Attack and just like kind of combo this. So they let it go, and they still now have 2 shields. I'll probably grab one here because they don't know what I have in the back yet. And now they come in back here. I go straight Brave Bird because like take this out or grab the last shield is my only sort of chance here. So then I thought, okay, my win condition is probably Gligar, so I need to just come in and force them to just dump their energy. They just, that is like a pro move right here. And let me just, in case you didn't realize what just happened, my thought process was, if I just get them to dump their energy, I can like come in and farm a bunch and then come out with like multiple moves to have a chance against the chance against the Whiscash. But they just smartly hold that energy, realize that I'm dry, do 5 full counters to what I get to the surf, and then they win CMP here. So they basically just got this entire body slam they're going to dump on me. They just got back that energy while CMPing me. So now I get less farm. They're at a move because they farm so much, and then they can combo play in the switch clock's not up. So really, like, really heads up play by my opponent there. Yeah, really well done in this matchup. And then they just combo me, and then by this point I get to an air lace. I was hoping to come up with a dig. Air lace is 1 HP short, and they get to a move. So I think this one was very winnable. My opponent just played very, very well. Okay, Whiscash lead. Kind of an interesting matchup because Mudshot and Steel Wing are resisted. They have to go Scald. Scald, not enough to take out. No lowering of the attack, which is huge there. I'm building up. I definitely have enough for Brave Bird. Do I grab a shield? I do, which means now I can probably I can live another Scald. I'm not going to throw before they throw because one more Scald is not going to take me out. I do the same thing as last time. I go one more, and by that time it's CMP, and I have to go down here with a ton of energy, and I'm just like, crap. Okay, so I should start counting. Like, let's be serious. That's what I should start doing. I'm like, okay, are they already at Scald again? I have to shield this. So not playing great here, but I'm at 100 energy. Having just, I think, the last Whiscash match in my mind, I decided to just go straight dig to take this out. Out comes a Skarmory, which is such a wall to Gligar, but I have an answer in the back, and they come in with a Hypno. So spicy. Hypno's tanky, and Hypno chips with these shadows. So I bait the Thunderbolt, thinking my only win condition is baiting Thunderbolt, come out with some energy, and then have some energy for their Skarmory, so that way I can just chip whatever's left with Gligar. And it works out. I got the bait. They probably will get to another move here, which is fine. I'll live. Because again, non-stab Thunder Punches from a Hypno don't do much. Right? And I'm low, but it's a Steel Wing, which is resisted. Means I can comfortably get, I don't know about comfortably, but I can get to the move, take it low enough that is now in... you can go Air Lace or Dig, I think, from this range. Actually, no, go Dig. Air Lace is not enough. And they do get to a Brave Bird, which is not enough, but like, yeah, go Dig in that scenario. Both single resisted. Guzzlord. This is another one that I just got outplayed, I think. Okay, so great lead, great switch. Scald resisted, Blizzard resisted. They can only throw acid sprays. Like, okay, that's good. Get to the Thunderbolt, thinking like, okay, let's just try and keep switch here. If I grab if they get a shield from me, I'll probably shield back, knowing that 2 times lower defense Scald is probably going to add up with these poisons to take me out. So that was a smart play there. So far I think I'm playing it correctly. What this is going to allow them to do is get some farm here. So I should have chipped. So there's your first option. Should have chipped, and they have a Lanturn in the back, right? So Lanturn's kind of tough because what that's going to do is basically take this down to the... I have to shield. They're going to outpace me to 2 surfs. I will live a surf and get a dig off. I'll live a surf that comes at me. So I'm going to get 1 dig for sure, and they're going to get 1 surf for sure. And they decide that their win condition is smartly getting a ton of energy on their Guzzlord and keeping shields for it. So two things just happened here. One is I should have thrown Dig, but the inconsistent game mechanics made me throw Air Lace, and I'll tell you why. So I farmed down knowing that they want to farm, and I'm not going to let them farm. So I'm at 2 Air Laces. It seems like 50% of the time, if I'm throwing a charge move right away, they are not going to get a fast move through. If they do not get a fast move through, I can go back-to-back move Air Laces, which is why I threw the Air Lace. But of course, the other 50% of the time, the move goes through because it's just a stupid, inconsistent game mechanic. So that's why I threw Air Lace. They let it go through, and they don't shield because they're more worried about the Brave Bird than they are a move here. So not throwing the Surf on the Lanturn to chip this, and not going Dig to chip this harder here, with the Crunch, with the lowering in the defense, like you can't do anything about that. I could have Steel Winged this down if I did the Dig or the Surf chip. So I would have won this matchup, but I think it was a mixture of stupid not throwing a Surf, trying to outplay a game mechanic that it goes 50% your way sometimes, and then just getting the lower defense is kind of unlucky. And then Gligar, so this is a good lead. They get into Vigoroth. I'm eventually going to get out. I think I know that I can just sort of comfortably take a Rock Slide, and I was going to chip there, but I guess I did not throw the chip. This is just a Body Slam, but I shield anyways. The Body Slams do add up quick, and that's why Vigoroth is so deadly right now, even in the Great League. So enough to just wing attack down. They grab the shield, but like it's okay. Out comes their Gligar. I really thought I'm going to lose CMP here. I remember losing CMP and I'm like, an 8 attack and I'm losing CMP here? That's like, come on. But luckily it does not matter because I live. But I was actually like quite surprised, like losing an 8 attack in a mirror match was kind of surprising. But they let it go, and then they come with Poliwrath. So I come in Lanturn right away, thinking like thinking just like Spark down. If they throw a resisted Scald and they lower my attack, I can come Skarmory and stuff like that and reset. And then I lost I did lose more battles. I guess I don't have all of them. Yeah, so I don't know. I like the idea of the team. Has its problems, but like a couple of those losses there were like half my fault, half good opponent's play. I'm gonna do a lot of halves, well over 100% here, but like opponent playing well, my mistakes, game mechanics. So I probably could have won more. So like, I don't know. Could be great. Could be just an okay team. But yeah, that is it. I do like the double flyer idea. And again, Gligar is such a good flying type Pokemon with that ground because you neutralize the electric, which is huge. So just being able to neutralize electric and hit super effective against like steals gives you way more flexibility when you're using other flying Pokemon. So I'm fine pairing Gligar with the second flying Pokemon. And yeah, the only problem is like why I put in Lanturn in the back is because you can't really go grass. Because like, let's just say they lead a Lanturn. I can't come Gligar because I'm going to get killed. And if I come in with a grass, I've got to imagine that if you're running Lanturn on the lead, you probably have a grass answer in the back. So I don't think that's the smartest play. So I think Lanturn mirror match is the best you can kind of ask for in that situation. Unless you want to do something like a Lickitung, just save swap. Just do like a Lickitung or Sableye save swap. But those are like, Sableye wouldn't have a winning matchup against Lanturn that far behind on energy already. But that's another option. Anyways, that is it. Maybe my last video, maybe not. We'll see. I'm filming this Christmas Eve to go up on the 28th. So I've got a lot of videos, as you've now already seen in the past, on some Great League teams, but also just like Ask Me Anything, algorithm, and do IVs matter? So some of those are like bank videos. And then I'm filming this on for the 28th. I've already filmed the top Holiday Cup teams for the 29th. So I still need to, on the 25th, film one more top Great League teams for Friday. and then maybe one this afternoon. So you may or may not see a team this afternoon, depends if I have time. And then I will bring my camera and stuff to Hamilton so that I can film the night of the 29th and then 30th and give you guys little holiday cup teams on the 30th, 31st, and 1st, and then we'll get to some sort of schedule back when I'm back in Ottawa on the 1st. But that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.